Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for joining me to honor the life and memory of Mandi. While most of you never had the pleasure of meeting her in person, everyone I know has heard about her and heard stories about her. And almost everyone who has ever been in a Zoom meeting with me will at some point have seen her. She often chose to make an appearance and let her presence be known. And I have this program for the service that I'll put in the chat later for people who want to refer back to that. And I've asked my friend Ellie, friend and animal chaplain colleague Ellie Sardi, to read the poem entitled Feline Spirit.
And God asked the feline spirit, "Are you ready to come home?" "Oh, yes, quite so," replied the precious soul. "And as a cat, I am most able to decide anything for myself." "Are you coming then?" asked God. "Soon," replied the whiskered angel, "but I must come slowly, for my human friends are troubled, for, you see, they need me, quite certainly." "But don't they understand," asked God, "that you'll never leave them, that your souls are intertwined for all eternity, that nothing is created or destroyed? It just is, forever and ever and ever." "Eventually they will understand," replied the glorious cat, "for I will whisper in her heart that I am always with her. I just am, forever and ever and ever."
I met Mandi, aka Sweetie, as she was known at the Kansas Humane Society, on August 7, 2008. At the time, I was still in deep grief over the death of my mother in December of 2006, to the point I was having increasing suicidal thoughts. And while part of me wanted to die, another part desperately wanted to live. And I knew that adopting another cat would certainly give me that reason to live. I'd had cats in the past, but their deaths had devastated me to the point I waited many years before thinking about adopting again. But I thought this might be the time. So I went to the Kansas Humane Society just to see the cats that were available for adoption. When I got there, Mandi immediately caught my attention, and I spent some time with her in a separate room. She was very quiet and seemed very content to just sit on my lap instead of wandering around the room. I still wasn't quite ready to make the commitment, however, so I made a deal with God. If she was still there and available for adoption the following day, I would take her home. And she was. So on 8/8/08, I took her home with me. At first, she was quite shy and spent a lot of time in the basement, often looking out the window. And I wondered if she missed being outside. I bought a harness and thought about taking her out for walks. But any time the door was open, she walked away and never showed any interest whatsoever in going outside. So I was grateful that she seemed perfectly content being an inside cat, watching the world outside through the windows. She soon started spending more time upstairs with me. These are some of the first photos I took of her. At first, she seemed to enjoy watching TV in general, but soon became much more particular in her viewing habits. She did continue to be drawn to shows featuring any type of bird, however. And it wasn't long before she started feeling more comfortable upstairs, knowing she was home. In typical cat fashion, she never really took to the bed I bought her, preferring instead the packing paper, or anywhere else for that matter. She had a multitude of beds in the house. 2 human beds, a sofa, several chairs, the floor, and, of course, paper sacks and boxes were also favorite places to rest. Over the years, she went through a variety of food phases. She enjoyed treats of watermelon juice for several years and was often interested in my food. Here she is particularly intrigued with my vegan burger and fries. Other food treat phases that came and went over the years were unsweetened organic applesauce, other types of melons, strawberries, and even beans. One behavior that persisted for many years, up until the last few days of her life, was her preference for drinking water out of a glass on my little computer table next to the recliner. Even when she had a fresh bowl of water by her food, she preferred to go to the living room, get on the arm of the recliner, and drink from her glass. There were times when she was intrigued with some of my online webinars. She seemed to be especially interested in this one on motivational methods for animal advocacy. Perhaps in her next life, she'll come back as a human animal rights activist. But she also let me know when she thought I'd had enough screen time and needed to pay attention to her. We had our routines, and one of my favorite ones was when I returned home. Generally, she would run to greet me at the door, flop over on her back, and roll over. And occasionally, I could get her to roll over on command.
Roll over, Mandi. Roll over. Good girl. Again, roll over. Good girl.
She always wanted to help with whatever I was doing, and she was my chief paper shredder when decluttering. She'd sometimes even make a dinner suggestion. Then, after all that hard work, it was lap time, usually with some purring and occasionally with the most precious snoring. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this. My favorite time of day was in the evening, after supper was over and dishes were done, when I'd grab my laptop, my phone, my remote, and 2 large glasses of water, one for her and one for me, and head for the recliner, waiting for her to join me in our evening lap time ritual. At those times, nothing else mattered. I was not doing anything. I was just being with her. All my worries and concerns fell away, and I felt such peace, joy, and love. In the book Guardians of Being, Eckhart Tolle says, the vital functions that pets fulfill in our world hasn't been fully recognized. They keep millions of people sane. They have become guardians of being. And I found that to be so true. Mandi helped me keep me sane through numerous trials, challenges, and devastating losses. During our 15 and a half years together, I lost 3 of my oldest and dearest friends of 40 plus years, 2 to death and 1 to dementia. Another friend and Mandi's cat sitter was murdered, and I lost the last of my aunts and uncles. Mandi was also with me through other major life transitions, such as going vegan, dealing with physical challenges after a fall resulting in a broken pinky, 2 surgeries, and many hours of PT, agonizing over writing a memoir, then actually writing and publishing the memoir, some serious dental issues and surgery, and going alcohol-free. She was a major motivator for me to give up alcohol because I was concerned about what would happen to her if anything happened to me. And after having seen friends die so young and beginning to have some alcohol-related health concerns myself, I figured I'd better start taking better care of myself by giving up drinking. Without Mandi, I honestly don't know where or even if I'd be. She was a daily reminder of why I was an animal advocate. She was also a source of inspiration for me to become a vegan lifestyle coach and educator, an animal chaplain, and an animal Reiki practitioner. Throughout it all, Mandi was my comfort, my emotional support. I knew that no matter how crazy things got out in the world or in my personal life, she was always there and would love me without judgment. I often told her I don't know how I would make it through all of this without her. And now I'm left with some fear and sadness of having to go through the rest of my life without her physically by my side, comforting me, loving me no matter how much I screwed up, what stupid things I may have said or done, what I looked like, or whether I gained weight. None of that mattered to her. She was just interested in the important things in life, like food, love, attention, mindfulness, rest, and play. She made me smile when I didn't feel like smiling. She made me laugh every day, no matter how difficult or painful the day had been. She was and continues to be a wise teacher and a compassionate friend. She showed me how to live in the stillness of now, and I am forever grateful for the time we got to spend together. I know I'm a better person because of her. I could tell stories about her all day long, but I'll stop for now. If you happen to follow me on Facebook, stay tuned, there may be more. Now I'd like to read a poem by Becky Helmsley entitled Still. I can't say I loved you. I just can't. Because it makes it sound as if my love is past tense, gone, finished, ended. And that is so far from the truth. My love is not in the past. It will never be gone. I love you now, still. You didn't take all this love away with you. It stays, it lingers. Some days it jumps up and hits me in the face just to remind me that it's still here, still persevering. Some days it nudges me, challenges me to keep going, daring me to find the strength to get through the day. But mostly, it just resonates inside of me with everything I do, with every step forward and every glance back, every close of my eyes, every breath. My love is not dependent on you being here. There's nowhere far enough and nothing permanent enough to stop me from loving you. So I will not say I loved you, because I love you still.
I thought of you today, but that is nothing new. I thought about you yesterday and the days before that too. Your memory is a keepsake from which I'll never part. God has you in His arms, I have you in my heart. I have you in my heart, I never will let go. Sometimes I smile when I think of you, sometimes the tears they flow. But though you had to leave us, we're never far apart. God has you in His arms, I have you in my heart. The world, it keeps on turning, though the brightest star has gone. I lift my eyes to the darkened skies and let the sadness come. But then I remember we're not really far apart. God has you in His arms. I have you in my heart. God has you in His arms. I have you in my heart. God has you in His arms. I have you in my heart.
They never leave our memories, the cats who've shared our lives. In subtle ways, they let us know their spirit still survives. Old habits still make us think. We hear a meow at the door, or step back when we drop a tasty morsel on the floor. Our feet still go around the place the food dish used to be, and sometimes coming home at night, we miss them terribly. And although time may bring new friends and a new food dish to fill, that one place in our hearts belongs to them and always will.
I hit the ad.
I guess nothing could ever prepare me for this day. I guess nothing could ever prepare me for this pain. How do I say goodbye to one who has taught me to love? One who has taught me what life and living's about. Though my heart is in pieces as days with you come to an end, I'd still say that if I had to live my life over again, I'd have you here with me, and each memory of you that I hold is where you live forever on as I let you go. 'Cause that rainbow bridge is inside now, so I send you on your way to that place where only happiness awaits. So go run free to where the grass is always green, beyond the rainbow bridge where skies are blue. Go run free, beyond time and space, together we'll be beyond
Blessed be the memory of Mandi, a cherished friend who brought so much joy and love into my life. May your spirit roam freely and bask in the eternal sunlight. You will always be remembered with love and gratitude. Rest in peace, sweet Mandi, until we meet again.